We'll focus on spiral of silence. Is right here. Is a part of the Lexpo, slides, PPT slides. Actually, I posted in the KU site. So I'll talk about spiral of silence, and then I give you, a little bit about agenda setting and the development agenda setting theories until the reversed agenda setting. So I posted my articles, reversed agenda setting articles on the KU site. That's actually assigned reading for the Monday class at the next week. So actually 2 weeks from today, a Monday class. So we'll talk about reversed agenda setting. Read the reading materials. Actually, I posted in the KU sites, okay? So you have to read. You have to read the reading articles, reverse agenda setting for the next class. So before I talk spiral of silence, and I have a little video clips about the spiral of silence PR right here. Probably you give this video clips give you what spiral of silence is. All right. I'll give you spiral of silence right here. It's really popular communication effect theories, and that's actually most frequently cited definition of the spiral of silence theory right here. Individuals tend to publicly express their opinions and attitude when they perceive their opinion is a part of the dominant opinions. So the video clips give you the ads. It's like inclusive ads means you try to feel you are part of the majority. You always try to be, I'm not a minority. I'm part of the mainstreams. I'm part of the majority, right? So that's a tendency. People tend to believe, people tend to, perceive their opinion as part of their majority, part of the mainstreams, part of their dominant opinions. That's actually human being's personality. And Noel Neumann is a very important scholar in the communication area, actually pointed to that based on these assumptions. That's actually starting point of the spiral of silence. I'm sorry, science, not science. Silence. It's part of my joke. Not a science. Silence. Okay? Silence. Spiral of silence theories. Actually, how many wrote silence? You wrote the silence? Okay, silence, please. Okay? Silence, please. Okay. Central assumptions of the spiral of silence is right here. Why people are unwilling to express their opinions when they are not believed to be in the majority. People feel increasing pressures to conceal their views and opinions when they believe they are in minority. And individuals' perceptions of the opinions of the others is a critical factors in determining their willingness to express those opinions. So 3 assumptions actually argue that, suggest that the people tend to express their opinion when they perceive they are in majority. People are unwilling to express their opinion when they perceive their opinions are in minority. That's actually assumptions for this spiral of silence theories. Okay? Why people do that? Why people showing that kind of patterns of the in expression their opinions? That's actually Noel Neumann pointed that that's actually people tend to avoid fear of isolations. In Korean, wangda, right? Fear of isolation. I don't want to be isolated myself. I want to be just a part of the mainstreams. That's actually fear of isolation. This is a very important concept to understand the spiral of silence. So individuals, right here, behavior, speaking out on issues due to innate fear of social isolations. Fear of isolation is a key determinant of what the public will talk about, which shape public opinions. So everybody has a fear of isolations. That's the reason, main reason, the 4 people show, spiral of silence, the patterns in the expression of their opinions. Okay, now is another concept you have to know along with the fear of isolations, quasi-statistical sense. Okay, you have to know that. What quasi-statistical sense? It's like this. Every day, newspapers and TV reports certain numbers of their public opinions, like this. Among the candidates in the presidential elections, it's coming December in Korea, and a lot of news media reports the rate, right? Supporting rate. 45% of the people support of the Ancheolsu is one of the strong candidates, and another 42% of the supports Park-geun-hye is the female candidates. So media tend to report certain numbers of the public opinions about political candidates. You know what that numbers means? Everybody of the social members have ability to understand what that numbers means through the educations and through the instinct sense of the numbers. Everybody, human beings, have a certain ability. It's called quasi-statistical sense. It's actually catch what certain numbers means in the news reports. Okay? So the best example is the public opinion numbers, public opinion polls in news media. That's actually quasi-statistical sense. And we all have this kind of ability. And based on their quasi-statistical sense, and the Noel Neumann suggests spiral of silence theories. And they're like this. Let's apply these classrooms. I can ask these questions. Hey, how many people actually wants midterm exam next week? If I ask these questions, okay? Okay. It's let's see. Just try to see how other students think about these questions. You just instantly look at the other students' reaction on these questions, and then you perceive probably the idea of a majority on this classroom where they actually don't like the midterm exam. If you think that way, probably you're willing to express your opinions about, hey, we don't like the midterm exam. Make sense? If you don't like the midterm exam, but if you think, like opinion of the majority in this classroom, everybody wants midterm exam. If you perceive it that way, probably you keep silence. You keep the silence. Even though that idea of the no exam is dominant. Most of the dominant voices of this classroom. But they keep the silence because you sense majority of this classroom think the taking exam of the next week. That's kind of situations. So the numbers doesn't report of the exact opinions. That's actually based on your sense of quasi-statistical ability. And just look at the other student's face and eyes, and then you recognize of the dominant paradigm of dominant opinion of these classrooms. So sometimes it's correct, but sometimes this is not correct. The opinion atmosphere, right? So that's actually situations Noel Neumann actually considered. Oh, this has happened many times in the real lives, and then he tried to make this spiral of silent theories based on the assumptions. Okay, let's see. I'll ask you questions whether we're going to have the midterm exam, and then why don't you close your eyes? Why don't you close your eyes? And then you have to read other people's mind. And then I don't want to raise the hand is part of the majority. I don't like the age part of the minority. You know what I'm talking about? And then you just instantly, sense other people's mind. And then I'll ask you questions. Okay, close your eyes. Let's see. Close your eyes. And I'll ask questions. Okay, let's have the midterm exam. Okay, why don't you raise your hands? All right. Okay. This is actually 70 students, and I just found that 55 students actually raised their hands. Okay, 55 students actually raised their hands. So they like to take the exam. Okay? That's the dominant voice of this classroom. Okay? All right? Okay. Open your eyes. Open your eyes. 80% of this classroom actually, agreed. We taking the midterm exam. I just found that. That's amazing numbers. Okay? Is anyone have any opinions? Is there anyone to express? Anyone to, say we don't need the midterm exam? Okay, go ahead. Oh, video. All right. Okay. I'm a news media. Okay? I'm a news media. If I report correctly, that's fine. If I don't report correctly about their public opinions, if I manipulate climates of their public opinions, that's problematic, right? But still everybody keeps silence because I said that 70 or 80% of the students say taking exam, that's fine. I said that, but you cannot see because I ask you to close your eyes. So what you believe what I'm talking. You believe what news media reports. So most of people actually read and sense the climates of their public opinion of other peoples based on the news media reporting. That's the point Noel Neumann actually found that, and he reported Hitler about this kind of situations. And then Hitler actually asked that, okay, if so, why don't we have only a few really strong public opinions among the soldiers and peoples? And then they publicly say this is dominant, voices. This is dominant public opinion. And then everybody follow, okay, that's it. Is that the mainstream or is that the dominant voices? They tend to believe that. Of the opinion leaders' expression and also media reporting. So the best example of the taking advantage of the media, news media, is Hitler propaganda from the benefit from the media. That's actually historical examples. Okay, that's actually the historical background of the spiral of silence suggested by Noel Neumann, and actually taking advantage of the fear of isolation, the concepts, fear of isolation and quasi-statistical sense, and then the media, based on their media powers, and Hitler actually manipulate public opinions, and then how Hitler handles of the peoples and the soldiers. Probably that's the best example of the spiral of silent theories. Is there any questions? Okay, go ahead.
Mm-hmm. About midterm exam, are we going to have it or not?
Oh, that's a really good question. I'll let you know at the end of the class. I'll let you know. You become, probably public opinion leaders, probably in this class. Okay. That's good questions anyway. Okay, this is actually a process. Process of a spiral of silence. Amount of the people not openly expressing, they deviant. This is actually deviant opinion means different opinion from the dominant voices. So deviant opinion and changing from their deviant opinions. So the number of people actually keep the silence or doesn't express their own opinions is actually larger and larger as the time goes on. Larger and larger as time goes on, and as media reports of their public opinions. So this is definitely manipulation. This is definitely problems in our society. So that's why That's why a lot of the people and a lot of news media should report the opinion polls, opinion numbers exactly or correctly about certain issues. Otherwise, most of the people support A. But if media reports B is dominant solutions strongly, the people tend to believe B solution is best solution for everybody supports. And then they change their minds to the B solutions. Or they try to keep their mouth. Just keep the mouth. The amount of the people who keep the mouth is larger and larger as news reports, reported the dominant opinions. It makes sense? This is really complicated, theories, but this is, I think, the best, way to express. That's the way to, to give you what this part of silent theories means. Everybody got it? Okay, everybody got it? Okay, it's part of silence. This is really, true. This is really true, online world. This is more powerful communication theories in the internet world, cyber world, rather than real world. Because in real world, we still have a lot of chances to meet together and face-to-face communications. Sometimes we can talk about certain issues easily, right? But what about the online? It's hard to meet. Just given back and forth and messages is a weak relationships. So spiral silence is more dominant, theory online rather than offline. That's why this theory is important today, spiral silence. So I strongly recommend the theories is part of the group presentations. It's very interesting, cases and very interesting situation is we have today, and very good example of the theories each group presents. Okay, now is moving on agenda setting again. The priming and framing a little bit, and today I give you agenda setting, let's see. Yeah, this is important. That's actually page number, to read right here. Okay, 31. Page number 31 of the lecture notes. This is actually a summary of the second level agenda setting. So I told that the first level agenda setting, or original agenda setting, is actually about the media sets agenda, what people think about, right? So media sets agenda, what people think about, what people talking about. That's actually what is agenda setting, original agenda setting. But now, after the 1972 original agenda setting, a lot of scholars actually look at the a little in-depth agenda setting function of the media, and then they found that new models of agenda setting, which we call second level agenda setting. Okay, that's actually second phase. The second phase of the agenda setting research, and what second level agenda setting is right here. In terms of media agenda right here and public agenda, and this is the first agenda setting. So we say first level agenda setting, and what kind of things right here? Newspaper and TV, and the individual differences, international comparison, agendas and democracy, establishing causality, historical analysis, whatever. A lot of different focuses, but right here, media agenda and public agenda relationships right here. That's actually original agenda setting research. is always focused on object. The what issues, what stories, what agendas. That's first level agenda setting. And then later, scholars just look at the attributes. You know the attributes? Attributes means more characteristics and the contents themselves. Object is the actual topic and issues. Attributes is just inside the topics, inside the characteristics, and attributes. In terms of attributes, the agenda setting research is focused on how media reports actually, not only for the what issues the media reports, how media reports these issues, and then second level agenda setting researchers focus on how. So second level is right here. How is right here. So second level agenda setting is very similar to framing. I said that right? Framing theory is how. First level agenda setting is actually what. So a lot of people is confused what are the differences between framing and second level agenda setting. Very similar. How media reports. Now I'll let you know. Agenda setting theories, second level agenda setting theory is more focused on the relationships between media agenda and public agendas. So to find the relationship between media and the public, agenda setting researchers should examine media agenda and public opinions. They have to examine what media agendas, and also they have to examine what public opinions are. So to do this, agenda setting researchers actually analyze media contents first, to know media agendas, media contents, by taking advantage of the content analysis of their media contents. Content analysis. Content analysis. Content analysis is a method to examine media agendas. And then survey, the agenda setting researchers do survey to know the public agendas, people's opinions, public opinions. So most of the agenda setting researchers look at the content analysis for their media agenda, survey for the public agenda, and then they try find very high correlations, very causal relationships, and very high relationships between media and the public. That's actually agenda setting researchers do to find the agenda setting theories. Okay, this is agenda setting. In framing theories, framing theory researchers actually doesn't care about the public agendas. They only look at the media agendas through their content analysis. And then they try to find frames. How media reports. That's what we call frames. How media reports. You know what the term framing? Framing means media reporting a certain way. For examples, media tend to report MB, incumbent government in Korea right now, MB government in a positive way. That's actually framing. Media are framing MB governments in a positive way. We say that, like that. That's actually framing. So Framing theory is about, focus on how media reports. Media tend to report a certain way or certain directions, whatever, positive or negative. That's framing. And framing theory is focused on media contents. Okay? Media contents, wholly media contents. And also, framing researchers focus on why media frame that way. They questions that why media frame that way. So framing theory is more focused on the media framing a certain way and why they do that. Why they do that. So a lot of studies about framing is look at the media contents and in-depth interview of the reporters, news reporters, and asking them questions. Why you report that way? In-depth interview. That's the framing research and framing theories. But agenda setting research, first level agenda setting is actually what media reports, right? That's content analysis. And then what people think about, that's public agenda. And then they look at the relationships. That's first level. And then second level agenda setting is actually how media reports and how people perceive. Make sense? How people perceive. And then they look at any relations between the way media reports, the way people perceive. That's second level agenda setting research. Okay, I'll ask you this question in the final exam. Probably I'll ask this way. Hey, what is agenda setting? And what is the difference between first level and second level agenda setting? And what about the difference between agenda setting research and framing research? So I told that the differences, right? I told that differences. So, second level agenda setting will focus on framing, agenda, and political advertising, and impact on opinion and impact on behaviors. So now is actually a lot of agenda setting research focused on first level and the second levels, and framing and priming. Those are three most popular media effect theories today. I said that agenda setting, framing, and priming. Those are three most popular media effect theories. So if somebody asks you, hey, you're taking media effect theories class, so what did you learn? If you got that kind of questions, you have to say, hey, I learned about agenda setting, I learned about framing, I learned about priming. If you answer that way, probably you got correct answers, especially you mentioned the three most popular media effect theories. More recent, right? So, okay, that's it. And spiral of silence also is very important, but that's actually a little, old one, but still important. And in online world and internet and social media, that's why I'm teaching spiral of silence. These diagrams right here, first level agenda setting and second level agenda setting, first level objects, and second level attributes and attributes. You know what? Sometimes the working together, we cannot divide. This is the first level, this is the second level. Most of the time, the influence of the media on people's opinions is working together simultaneously. Sometimes the first level, sometimes second levels, and working together. That's actually this way, in an active way, work together. That's diagrams to see that. You know what? Second level agenda settings right here, in terms of attributes and attributes. So the channels, okay? This is channels. This is channels for second level agenda setting. what kind of specific channels to deliver second level agenda setting function of the media. Sometimes right here subtopics. How the media reporting influence people's opinions, actually. You know what? If most of the news media reports incumbent governments really in negative way, probably the public opinion of the incumbent governments is really bad, right? What that means, media reporting influenced public opinions. That's the second level agenda setting. The way the people evaluate incumbent governments is actually influenced by media reporting, right? So that's the second level agenda setting. How they do that? Sometimes the media include subtopics. So what that means, when they report governments, they just try to include really bad topics and really negative cases, negative subtopics. Even though the title of the headlines of the news story is really neutral. But if the news stories include really bad and negative subtopics, that story is actually framed a negative way of the public opinions. So subtopics is one of the channels of the second level agenda setting or framing. And what about the mechanism? Framing mechanism is actually a lot of different way, like numbers, right? Numbers, public opinion polls. That's important devices. And what about what else? And really bad news. Like when you talk about safety, okay, safety of these governments, safety issues. If news reports actually a lot of bad cases of the safety issues, that's actually is kind of a framing mechanisms in a negative way. So a lot of mechanisms right here is one of the example of the mechanisms. The numbers, public opinion polls is a really important examples. And citations, I like that, citations. If news stories cite really important figures and very well-known professors who is known as very critical size of the governments. So news reports actually cite a lot of things from the really the professors very critical on the governments. That's actually mechanism, framing mechanisms, citations, and numbers. Those are certain framing mechanism and subtopics and mechanism, and also affective elements. Affective elements means more appealing emotions. More appealing emotions. Sometimes appealing emotions with positive news. That's good. That's good way to frame. And sometimes emotional news with a really bad case, bad news. That's booming and really accelerating of the negative public opinions. Those are affective elements and cognitive elements. This kind of the some example of the channels of the second level agenda setting functions. Okay, that's it. Probably if you read articles right here, that will be enough. Agenda setting and framing and priming and spiral of silence. We learn about 4 very important and popular communication effect theories. Okay.
What are the differences between framing mechanism and cognitive elements?
Framing mechanism and what?
Cognitive elements. Cognitive elements.
I can hear.
2번이랑 4번.
Cognitive frame. Okay. Mechanism is actually just the tools, like channels. So I studied that actually, numbers is one of the important mechanism, tools, channels, and citations. And the cognitive is actually, affective dimension. It's like a level of channels, affective levels and cognitive levels. It's not a same one, same levels, different things. Make sense? Let me back to again. You know what? Affective and cognitive is really, terms and things to look at the more emotional way and the more knowledgeable way and cognitive way. And this is actually exclusive, division. But framing mechanism is not the same, categorization of with the cognitive and, affective. This is just to say mechanism, like what kind of mechanism actually we have. That's, citation or any emotions, terms or numbers. It's kind of tools for the mechanisms.
So the tools use number 3.
Possibly, but this is not actually same levels. I just example. I gave example of the right here subtopics. That sometimes not the main headlines and the subtopics another way, and sometimes the subtopics is related to affective, or sometimes the headlines or subtopics related to cognitive levels. It's not exactly exclusively different categories. It's like just examples. Okay, my categorizations. Sometimes subtopics and sometimes mechanism and sometimes affective terms or sometimes cognitive terms. All right? Okay, guys. Intermediate agenda setting. Last one. Just remember that agenda setting function between media, right? Agenda setting functions between media. So I told that from the prestigious media to other media, other types of the media. Okay, that's it. Probably that'll be enough, even though the over 40 pages of the lecture notes. But that things you have to remember, memorize.